All right, guys, got another video for you and another project I've been working on here the last couple of months. And this is my 2022 Specialized Turbo Levo S-Works I bought. I think I bought the Husqvarna maybe a couple weeks after I bought this. But I bought this as a frame-only option. I think it was right around Labor Day I bought it. But the MSRP on just on the frame only on these go for like $8,500. And I ended up getting this on clearance. Good sale over Labor Day for $4,000 just for the frame. And then I did a custom build on it. And this thing must have been obviously sitting in a box in a warehouse somewhere for the last couple of years, because once I got the frame, everything had all this protection or foam on it, and everything was taped up, but it left all these marks on the carbon fiber, and I couldn't get any of it off. So I'm not really sure if it did something to the clear coat on it or what it did, but there's all these weird marks on it. Doesn't affect the paint or quality of it, so with the pretty much more than half off price I paid for it, I'm not too worried about it. I also have ride wrap on it in the matte. It's a matte ride wrap to go with the matte frame or the paint. This is a size S3 in Specialized sizing. It's like a medium. Did a couple rides around the neighborhood on it just to get everything dialed in and set on it. Seems pretty good. And this is a full power e-bike. I think it's 90 Newton meters of torque on the engine. And then the battery is a 720 watt hour battery. And all the parts on this, pretty much I got everything either on sale or I had coupon codes to get discounts. So I didn't really pay full price for any of the parts. I think total cost of the build on it was still just over $11,000. But if you were to buy an S-Works Turbo Levo brand new built, they're, I think, $15,000 MSRP, which is pretty ridiculous. And with the mountain biking industry right now isn't doing the greatest. There's lots of bikes and parts sitting in warehouses or companies aren't selling them. I think it was after COVID. So there's places going out of business and this stuff sitting that's not selling. So go over a quick bike check on this, the parts I used and all that good stuff. So with the saddle, I got the Ergon. It's the SME Mountain Core Prime men's saddle. They have a female's version of it. It just says kind of like a dovetail in the back where it goes up. It has a lot of extra padding on it. Seems pretty comfortable for the couple of rides I did on it. And I ended up going with the new the Fox Transfer Neo factory dropper post on it. I was gonna do the RockShox Axis one, but this came out pretty much, got released right when I started doing the build on this. So I wanted to try it out. Seems pretty good so far, but I guess time will tell on durability and quality and maintenance and all that stuff to see how well it works. And then I'm also doing, of course, had to go with the SRAM XO transmission wireless drivetrain on it. So the button pods for the shifter, and then the XO 10 to 52 tooth cassette, XO derailleur. Chain wise, I bought the SRAM, the XX chain separately, this little better quality chain. So I'll also have to see how drivetrain will last, since the motors on these bikes like to eat them up pretty quick. So see how long the durability is on this cassette and chain and everything, see how long they last, how many miles I can get out of them. And I did go with a bigger chain ring in front. I think it came with a 34. I went to a 36. So this is just a steel SRAM chain ring for it. Haven't been able to find a direct mount. There is one that's made, but it's for the Gen 2. And for whatever reason, the offset or something doesn't work on the Gen 3. So a direct mount would be really nice to have. Cranks, doing the 5-dev 160 millimeter crank arms. Got the Daidi, I'm not sure how to say it, Daidi T-Mac pedals. And Cascade links for the rear. And that pushes up the rear travel from 150 to 160. But when I use my Slacker V4 to get the sag set on this, pretty much removed the coil shock and then measured the sag without that to see the full travel in the rear. I think it came out to like 156 millimeters, so pretty close, but get a little extra travel. Got the sag set up on it, so at least you know how much travel you're working with. Coil shock on it. I decided to go with rock shocks this time for suspension. I was going to do Öhlins, but trying to do the coil conversion on the front fork, I can't remember what the issue was. I was trying to get the Öhlins 38, and maybe I think they're out of stock everywhere for the coil conversion on it, so I just went with rock shocks. So this is the new Rock Shocks Vivid Ultimate coil. It's a brand new. I think it's supposed to be a 2025, and then a 550-pound spring rate. Worked out perfect for my getting the sag set up right about 30% sag. I think there's 3 turns I have on it. Max turns is 5, and then if you go beyond 5, then you have to go to a heavier spring. So I think I'm pretty much right in the middle for the spring, for the sag on that, which worked out good. And then the fork, I have the new Rock Shocks Zeb Ultimate with the 3.1 charger with the new dampener upgrade on it, or it's all new. It's first time having Rock Shocks, so I'm not really familiar with it compared to previous generations or the Charger 3.0. It was a debate between the new Fox fork, but figured I'd match it with the coil shock. So this also has the Vorsprung Smash Pot coil conversion in it, and I got the brand new Smash Pot. Vorsprung just came out with like a 2.0 version, so it's upgraded from their previous one. I think I was one of the first ones to get the new upgrade on it. Pretty easy to install. Didn't take too long to do it since I've done it before. And then stock or OEM fork travel on this bike is usually 160. I went up to 170. So 170 front, 160 rear for the travel. And then I did aftermarket Rock Shocks graphics I got from Slick Graphics. Those guys make a lot of good stuff for mountain bikes. Check them out. You can get anything for your decals for the down tubes and fork decals. They got all kinds of stuff. Then I went with the Daidi, the Speedway carbon bars on it. I think they come about 810 millimeters wide. I cut them down to 780. Seems to work out pretty good for my setup. And then got the new Hope Tech 4 V4 brakes on it with a stainless line on the front. I tried doing a stainless braided line for the rear, but it wouldn't fit through the internal frame routing, so I had to get the black hose for it. The only thing on these brakes I'm not a huge fan of is these new updated levers, how they kind of stick out farther, but I really love the modulation on these brakes. Are really, really good. And I like how they work compared to other ones I've used in the past, like Shimano. And then the calipers on these, in this running, they come with the green race pads, which are have the most bite on them, I guess. So green race pads, and then I have the Magura MDR-P rotors, 220 millimeter front and rear I'm running for the rotors. And then for the stem, I have the race face turbine, 40 millimeter length with the 35 millimeter clamp with the bar diameters 35 millimeters on it. And I'm also doing it's the Chris King Drop Set 5 headset on it. It only works with the 0 degree adapter, I guess, or whatever you call it, for the headset. It does come with a headset cup where you can go +1 degree or -1 degree to make it more slack, but I'm just running the 0 degree because that's the only way this headset works. And then I also, in the rear here, I'm running it in the high mode. I usually run all my bikes in high, then you go low, you get more pedal strikes, but I guess I'll see how it rides in high. You can always change it, it's pretty simple. And then, the wheels. I got a really good deal on these, they're Industry 9, the grade 300 wheels. They have super thick spokes on them. I think these wheels retail for like $1,400. I got them for $750. So got a really nice deal on them. They're real good, heavy duty. And then Continental Crip Total tires, front and rear. They're I think just the trail casing I have on them. 2.4 millimeter wide front and rear, and then orange sealant that the endurance sealant always works really good. I think that's pretty much it. Even riding this thing around just in like eco mode, it's the motor is really good on it, so we'll see how it is. Well, it's eco. Still got to figure out all the settings on it, but yeah, Trail Turbo Eco. So between the dirt bike and the mountain bike, now I got to find time to ride them. So it's finally perfect weather out here in Arizona to be outside. Been in the 70s during the day, so it's pretty good. And WRX still got stuff to do to that. I haven't had time. I still got a whole front brake kit I have to put on it, calipers, rotors, all that good stuff. But been spending the last couple months building the Husqvarna and the Specialized here. So got some stuff to keep me busy and have some fun with. So if you guys have any questions on that, let me know.